Make sure y'all run the likes up when y'all come in, man. It's first. Share the video, like the video. Share the live stream. What's up? What's up? What's good with it? Yeah, we talking about Shedeur Sanders, man. We talking about Shedeur Sanders, and we talking about that exceptional preseason debut that he had last night against all odds, man. Make sure y'all tap the screen when y'all come in and hit that like button, man. Show some love. Show some love to the stream, man. Appreciate everybody that's gonna come through here and subscribe button. We gotta talk about it. The brother came through. The brother came through for sure. For sure. Uh, man ain't got no reps. The man has been limited the entire training camp. What's up, Sean? What's up? What's good with you, brother?
Nothing much, bro. What's happening?
Not much, man. We talking about how this brother overcame last night against all odds, man, in Carolina, man,
Oh, for sure.
against a damn good Carolina Panthers team, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't disrespect them. That's a good football team in Charlotte.
Agreed.
Uh, Tell us what you thought, man. What's your thoughts about this entire um, trivial situation? Well, not trivial.
Mm.
Um, just a test from the moment he's been declared for the draft to the moment he's been drafted to where we are now, bro. This is my partner, Sean, bro. He's
Mm.
joining me on here, bro. NFL Litcast, something we doing for the people, man.
What's
Let
up?
us know what you thought about last night and this entire ordeal.
Like I said in one of the previous videos, bro, Shedeur he's too legit to quit, man. He's kept a positive attitude the whole time. He hasn't allowed anyone to shake his personality, his spirit, and it's just showing from
Mm,
his play. From seeing him first step out on the field and Miles Garrett and the rest of them embracing him, even on the other side with this brother over there, for the Panthers, what's my man name? Jimmy Horn. Embracing him, just keeping that positive energy, bro, and going out there and cook. It was good to see him get a touchdown, get his little flex on, you know what I mean, and get another one in the first half. Like he was consistent with it, man, and even the post game after it and then seeing the reporter, man, a lot of people, of course, we looked at it a certain way, but that he's just on some real man type time, bro. Like he's wise beyond his years. A lot of folk would have jumped up in that man's face, and even his man's that was a little rowdy. He was like, "Hold on, like I got this." So, man, to just see the way that he's leading by example, man, and showing folk how you go about your business, bro. I was proud. I've been proud since last night, even though it was my team. So,
I
yeah.
understand
Mm-hmm.
the level of poise, the
Mm,
level of leadership,
mm.
like you said, is beyond commendable.
Same,
Against all odds, man.
for
Against
sure.
all odds. Because a lot of rookies, like I said on Spaces last night, first round rookies get
Mm-hmm.
thrown into situations like that, where they
Yeah.
get all the first team training camp reps, where they're going through all the whiteboards with the head coach and the offense coordinator, and they're giving everything to succeed, playing with the number one, number two receivers,
Mm-hmm.
and they bomb out.
Right.
So for a guy to do that last night,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a perfect game by any stretch of the words,
Yeah.
but extremely impressive. And I just want to see where the Browns are going to take it
Mm-hmm.
going forward now that they've seen him perform this way. Do they gaslight us and continue to slow walk him? Or is
Mm-hmm.
it a thing now where they have to show some love and get his brother his flowers and allow him to get more reps with the first team?
I think it's the latter, bro. More reps with the first team because looking at the other depth chart from Deshaun Watson, cooked, Dylan Gabriel, in my eyes, cooked. Kenny Pickett, you know what I'm saying? Like any of these other quarterbacks, any top, even Tyler Huntley that they just signed. A lot of these guys don't have the awareness and poise like you just mentioned that Shedeur has. So it just makes more sense. And then Flacco, he's 40 years old, bro. You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? Like he doesn't even have the durability to let's see if he lasts the whole season. Because one thing about the AFC and especially that division, those guys some headhunters. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So who knows if he can still be just as mobile and move around and get things done? Because towards the end of last season, you saw he was pretty much out of gas. Like his numbers just weren't there like that. So it'll be really interesting to see. But I feel like it should be the latter. Enough with the nonsense, the gaslighting. I saw the press conference with the coach still talking about,
Oh
oh, he
my
did,
God.
yeah, oh, he did okay, and all of this stuff. Like he still want to give his young guy credit, but I'm like, enough is enough, man.
Yeah.
Please,
Can he get one first team rep with Jerry Judy?
sure,
Can
sure.
we see him pass the ball to Jerry Judy
Mhm.
one time? You know what I'm saying?
Just to
Well,
see for sure.
and, I was on a Cleveland I'm sorry, a Cleveland Brown Spaces today. I've been
Hmm.
checking them out a lot more recently because I want to get the temperature of the fans and how they feel about what's going on with Shador. And shout out to everybody that's pulling up. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come into the building.
Hmm.
Also, leave a comment section. Let us know where you're listening from and what you thought about Shador's performance.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, man, and it seems like the majority of Cleveland fans trust the Cleveland Browns and their decisions, and they echo a lot of the sentiments the coaches has to say. And I'm gonna do a deep study and a deep dive on fan bases that are not accustomed to winning and not accustomed to being champions. The loyalty that people have to these brands is beyond me, man.
Hmm.
Because the notion that I was hearing today was almost like some were frustrated that Shador is bringing that level of attention and that level of expectations and success to the Browns. It's just, and it makes me think, okay, does the organization know this? And are they hiding behind the fact that they know that the fan base won't really mutiny immediately over
Hmm.
these crazy decisions? What's providing them cover for them to see a performance like that, to see a young man trending number one last night on Twitter, to see the man number one in jersey sales, but still we are both thinking that it's a chance that they may gaslight us and this could draw on even longer.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, bro. And you said winning. I wouldn't even take it that far.
Mm,
I would just take it to a sense of relevance. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
the Browns, bro, for over 20 plus years have been like one of the longest punchlines of the NFL. I think maybe the
facts.
last time they won a playoff win was like what, 2020? And even that was
Hell,
really weird because it was
right,
like
yeah.
a one and done type situation.
Mhm.
So I think that a lot of different individuals have the understanding. Like it's almost like they've been brainwashed, but because they don't know what actually consistently winning is and making playoff runs and stuff like that, they
Mhm.
just stick to what they know. And that's not going anywhere. That's not doing anything. And a lot of the owners and GMs they gaslight you and feel like, we're trying to figure this out and do this. But you've seen it with countless teams, bro. It don't take that long. If you
It does not.
because they're still in the NFL, bro. If you have a few pieces already on your team, even if you lost a lot of games, you have one solid draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That next season can be completely different because
Yep.
the teams that may have been better than you or division, they may have an injury to their, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be, quarterback or other player and stuff like that, and they be out for the whole season. Now it's just up for grabs. So yeah, I'm just not with the trying to see exactly where ownership of the GM is going because you ain't got nothing to look forward to anyway.
Right. The
Yeah,
hurry up and wait mentality.
exactly.
I'm not understanding it either. And like I said, I'm gonna really do a deep dive and a study on it, and we might make a video on it, man, because
Mm,
that's something I can't wrap my head around. I call it being loyal to the plantation.
right.
It's the NFL lick has. We got to be real over here, man. Like
Sure.
I don't like you said. I don't see what the Browns have ever done since I've been alive. Ever done
Mhm.
that makes anyone trust them in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
What have they ever done? And now you look at it with a guy like Shedeur Sanders, you got Jerry Judy, you got Ndoku, you just re-up Miles Garrett. The defense last night, I was very impressed with the Cleveland Browns front seven. I was impressed with the way they played defense. Bryce Young ended up shredding them when he got the ball back, but
Mhm.
they made him work. They
They
made
did.
Bryce work for it. You know what I'm saying? And,
Hmm.
and it was very impressive. So you're looking at them, and like you said, the cupboard's not bare.
Right.
Just a few adult moves and
Mhm.
choosing a starting quarterback. And when you think that those guys could potentially be on their way up,
Exactly. For sure. I man, I just feel like the way that I would look at it, just as a whether it's a coach, a GM, I would just try and take it to everyone because one thing about their division, the AFC North, everyone has issues.
yep,
You know what I mean? If you look
yep,
at that division as a whole, yes, the Bengals have Chase, Higgins, and Burrow, but their defense is still just as, you know what I mean, weak
yep.
as it was last season. I'm being honest. And they still ain't even got their real, you know what I mean, their top lineman who's still looking for a deal like that. The Steelers, they still trying to figure things out too on the offensive end. Of course, they got Watt with his new deal and all things like that. But they got some things to figure out. And then lastly, the Ravens. Yes, Lamar is one of the best quarterbacks in the league and can cook. But who's his number one wide receiver? Who
Only
does
God knows, right?
exactly? Does he really have a killer like that? And their defense can be suspect at times too, as
Yep.
we saw in the playoffs last season. So my whole thing is I would strike while the iron's hot, man, and go for it. Don't be on something we still trying to figure it out and this old quarterback with Flacco on 40, like, nah, man, see what you got now and cook. While you got a young guy in there like Shedeur, man, that's ready to cook, ready to be a leader and do all he can, man, and take him as far as he can this season. I mean, you saw what happened with Jaden McDaniels last season, man.
Facts,
Who would have thought they would
facts,
have got to the NFC Championship? Not
facts,
me. Not knowing their coach with Dan Quinn and the way he used to do in Atlanta, huh? Then making a run
facts,
like that, and that's why I
facts.
say that quickly, man. If you go for it, you never know what can happen in the league.
He gave his team belief. He
Sure.
gave his team belief. He gave that city and that franchise belief.
Hmm.
There are reports that are starting to come out now that
Okay.
Shador will potentially start next week's preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles. What
Mm.
would you like to see from Shador from game one to game two, as far as some things you would like to see him clean up and some growth you would like to see in that short week?
I would probably definitely say watch the getting out of the pocket, trying to always create something.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes you can't always try and scheme something. I know he was able to get away with a lot in college, but it's a lot different for the league.
a lot different.
Yeah, and the one thing about the Eagles front seven, they get after you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't play that game. And even last night, I think the Panthers had Derek Brown was out and JC at corner was out and stuff too, but they still had a few folk out there that was getting after him, especially the rookie. So I would say just definitely be mindful for that because that's something that I watched last night for sure.
yeah, I'm worried about that as well. I think some of that is a little bit of shell shock from those 2 years at Colorado with that offensive line, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
He did hold on to the ball too long. At moments, shout out to Tell the Truth, man, for being a real one, man, and commenting down in the comment
For
section below.
sure.
First live stream, brother. We'll be doing many, many more. We appreciate y'all for putting up. We working hard. We working hard.
Hmm.
We love y'all. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Sister Riri. Make sure y'all run the likes up. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Share it on your Facebook group. Share it on your Twitter group. Everywhere. Instagram. This is my brother Sean to the right of me. I know y'all haven't seen him a lot, but that's my brother from another mother. We working hard. So we appreciate each and every one of you all. As you see, we got 2 channels now. It'll be 3 soon. You know what I'm saying? We working hard to give y'all the content that y'all need. But yeah, holding on to the ball too long, a little bit in the pocket. At times, he was uncharacteristically inaccurate, which we know
Overthrowing it a
isn't.
little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah, we knew that wasn't real. We knew
Yeah.
that wasn't real because Shedeur is very accurate. Now there
Mhm.
was one instance in the first quarter on a drive where the ball they said it sailed on him, but like Steve Smith, who did an excellent job. I'm not gonna lie, Steve Smith did an excellent job last night.
Sure.
Him and Jake Delhomme. I don't know how you pronounce his name for real, but in
Dale
Atlanta
home,
we
yeah.
call him Delhomme. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? But
For
Jake
sure.
Delhomme, I think it's Jake Delhomme.
Hmm.
They did an excellent job last night. They were not piling on Shador. They were giving him and Dion credit. They did a wonderful job, man. The Carolina Panthers should be proud. They did an exceptional job presenting that game last night in a tough spot where a lot of organizations would have took chances to take digs at Shador. The
Hmm.
Carolina Panthers did a wonderful job being professional. So you got to tip your hat off to them for that. But like Steve Smith said, it wasn't that the ball sailed on him. That's what we were complaining about earlier in the week. You could tell some of the guys he was throwing to, he never had reps throwing it to him.
At all.
So where he was looking outside, the receiver was because the corner was playing inside leverage. You know what I'm saying?
For
The
sure.
receivers, especially those white tight ends, they would sit down on their routes. So Shador, to keep the ball from being an interception, he would throw it to the outside shoulder. They would make the adjustment. So
Right.
hopefully they can clean that up. But there were some throws where the ball sailed on him. There were some throws where he was a little bit inaccurate. And I think that was just nervousness. I think that was just that's a big moment with a lot of pressure. So I want to see that cleaned up. I'll tell you right now, as a Philadelphia Eagles supporter, our second string defensive line is not what it was. To me, the Browns' second string defense and first string defense, our first string defense, I'll put up against anybody. But that second string defensive line is not what he was gonna saw what he saw last night with the Browns. So I think he has a wonderful shot, a tremendous shot to be more successful next week against Philadelphia than he was. And man, I'm saying that, but he was 14 or 23 with two tubs with a QB rating of 108. Sean, this was a hell of a performance, bro.
It really was, bro. And like I said, in that first game, a lot of nerves, a lot of talk, a lot of chatter going on. And I don't care if it was preseason. I had homeboys and homegirls sending me videos. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? The stadium still had a good amount of people and stuff like that. So for him to
right.
go out there and still be able to execute in that environment, man, it was impressive for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about the Carolina Panthers, man, because I know a lot of people think this is a Shador channel. It's really not a Shador channel. It's an NFL black quarterback channel, honestly. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
just talking Shador right now. We got a
Mhm.
video dropping in the morning on Michael Parsons. Well, they gonna mess around, Mike. Shout out to Unoriginal on Michael Parsons tonight. So make sure, sorry, in the morning. So make sure y'all check that out. What did you think about your Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young, man? What do you see in Bryce Young as far as growth? And what did you see from the team overall?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I did not expect him and McMillan to connect on so many passes, on some
Man,
deep passes. He been really needing a deep threat, man, and I feel like he has that at times with Jalen Coker as well. But to see him already have that chemistry, and you can tell they put in that work in the offseason. I was excited to see that, man. His growth, that one touchdown, man, where he was just playing background football and got up out the pocket, man, and made that throw. That's what I love to see. So I think his confidence is well coming into this season, man, and I look forward to seeing what else he can do going forward for sure.
man, Sean, I'm gonna tell you some real stuff, bro.
Okay.
And we gonna get off here in a minute because Travis Hunter's about to play, and I want
Gotcha.
to make sure that people get a chance to watch that. But
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
Mm.
That team to me is talented enough. I'm not trolling. I'm not being funny. I'm not joking or being facetious. They are talented enough to me to be in the NFC Championship game.
Mm.
They have that much talent. Bro, they legit go six deep wide receivers.
Yeah.
From McMillan
Mm.
to XL to Coker to Adam Thielen
Thielen.
to Jimmy Horn and
Um,
number two. I don't even know who number two is, but
yeah.
number two, you have a dynamic tight end at 6'5", 6'6", and like that. offense is very powerful. One of the best offensive lines in all of
Mm.
football. The defense should be better. It's just something I didn't like what I saw last night from the Panthers.
Same, and bro, and you know we were messaging a little bit about
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? Like how that is so important because even if you don't have your starters playing, you want to see that second team or whoever else you got coming up off that
yeah,
bench look at least solid. Of course, they're not gonna look as great as the starters, but they just looked. They didn't have it, man, and that's something
yeah, man.
where
Something was off.
something was off,
A-
and
a-
it makes you nervous for the season, bro. And I'm
It
knock on
does.
wood. I don't want anything to happen, but if something does happen, you like, all right, man, what's what I'm saying? Who finna come in here now? Because now I feel like we finna be taken advantage of because teams notice that. You know what I'm
Well, I'm
saying?
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that's very interesting to me,
Okay.
and I want you to keep an eye on this. And I'm very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Two things. I don't know if I believe in Canales.
Mm.
I am not one of those. Oh, the organization picked them. No. I don't know.
Mm.
No. Every time I go to the grocery store, every time I go to the store, I'm looking for savings and deals
Yeah.
because I own my money and I don't want to spend my money. So for me to think that an owner is just looking for the best guy when there's deals out here, coaches, I don't know. But what is interesting is I was listening to a podcast last week
Mm-hmm.
and they played a clip from Nick Saban.
Okay.
And Nick Saban said basically he's starting to think about returning to coaching.
It ain't
He
even been
is
a full
he,
year
he
yet.
he is tied to the Cleveland Browns. That
Mm.
if Stefanski loses his job, they're saying him in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I would love to see Nick Saban in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The familiarity with Bryce Young, he knows Bryce Young, he loves Bryce Young. Bryce Young was one of the few quarterbacks at Alabama that he just let Bryce do his thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That defense was what I was most disappointed with the Carolina Panthers last night. I'm gonna read your comment real quick on original. 1 second, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, the starters weren't on the field.
Mm-hmm.
The only two that weren't there was Thomas and J.C. Horn.
Mm-hmm.
And Shedeur was a couple drops away from shredding them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, they're too damn. And I see this a lot with Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
especially the last 6 games of the season. I'm like, bro, they got too much
Yeah.
for them to look like it's something about Canales, man. I can't put my finger on it, and I'm starting to be afraid he might be one of those guys that's just a good coordinator,
Okay, so you know what? You there's something there, bro, because
right?
that's how I truly felt about Dan Quinn when he was in Atlanta.
Me
Everyone is
too.
not meant to be that way. And the same thing with Arthur Smith when he was a coach of Atlanta too. Everyone is not meant to be a coach. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as the defense goes, and first of all, I'm trying to be patient because this is first his head coaching
Yeah, you're right. You're
journey,
right.
and he came into a situation that was very ugly from the owner to the roster. But him and Dan Morgan have put in a lot of work. But on that tip that you're talking about, I feel as though the defense struggles a bit because I don't know if it's always the talent, but also their scheme.
The scheme is funky for that
The
team. That's right.
scheme, Evero was the defensive coordinator last season, and a lot of people wanted to be like, "Yo, off with his head, get rid of him. It's time for him to go." But a lot of folk was like, "Man, we got so many different starters out for the season. We're not healthy, so we need to give him at least one more season." You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I need to see if Canales made the right call in retaining him for this season and how he makes it work with running the show. Because like you said, it was a lot of players. Just those spaces, bro. The poor tackling. That I mean, they're right in front of
The
you.
Browns ain't supposed to do you like that, brother.
No, no,
Preseason, we
mm-mm,
season, off
no,
season. The
not a
Browns
beat
ain't
down.
supposed to do you
No,
like that, brother.
no.
Let me read this coming from Universal FC. This
Okay.
is excellent point. This is what I was saying about my Eagles the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Second string still got to execute a game plan. The quality will decline, yes, but I hear y'all still got to execute. I agree, man. And to me, Canales just comes across as a guy that's trying to keep a job, and he'll throw anybody under the bus, even what he did to Bryce Young. Even
Yeah.
when he did to Bryce Young, what you're saying with his defensive coordinator, I'm not saying he was the greatest last year,
Hmm.
but there are times offensively, like I'm starting to worry about baby Julio, XL. I don't know if they know how to get the best out of XL. At times I'm looking, I'm saying, should Coker be the number two next to McMillan? But then I see XL and I see clips from practice against the Browns, and he's fire roasting them. So I'm
Yeah.
like, is it that you just don't know how to use him? You got him running all these out routes. He's a big body guy,
He
man.
got to go up and get it,
Let
man.
him
He
go.
got
Yeah,
to go up
give him
and
some
get it.
stretches downfield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if his hands are unsure right now, what we did with Julio, the year he was in Atlanta, the first 2 years he was in Atlanta, he struggled with drops as well.
He
So
did.
what we did was run a lot of drag routes, a lot of
Hmm.
dig routes, get him
Yeah.
open space on screen passes, and he became the Julio Jones that we know. But it's
Yeah.
like Canales has this thing in his head where he wants his offense to look like his offense, and great coaches adjust. So you're right. I think this is a evaluation year for Dave Canales. Would you confirm that in your estimation?
I would. The first year, it was a bit of a trial run. You had a new coordinator. Season started off too slow, and you weren't able to pick it up. And then, of course, that last half of the season, you was able to get things together. But this is a completely rebuilt defense. You've retooled the offense. And I mean, the Panthers in pretty much not the same situation that the Browns in, but the same thing with the division and the NFC South. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got the Falcons who are talented on both sides of the ball, but Penix is still very much a rookie in my eyes. You
Raw.
know, this is his first year. The Saints quarterback situation with Spencer Rattler and those other guys,
A donkadonk.
no one's scared. And their
Yeah.
defense and Cam Jordan, they're old heads. The
The
Bucks,
main threat is the Bucks.
the Bucks, right? And
Yeah.
even then, Baker Mayfield, you can't completely trust him. And,
I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
exactly. And Mike
Yeah.
Evans, he's a beast, but he's still on the downhill of his career as well. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, you got the chance to make some shake and at least compete for the division, at least.
You're right, brother.
So I would definitely, if I'm the owner, be looking back and being like, all right, man, we didn't, you done rebuilt the offensive line, defensive line. You done drafted these rookies, added a dog and McMillan, man. You got the tools to cook
McMillan,
now.
boy, I'm so impressed with McMillan, bro.
I'm loving
I'm
it,
so
bro.
impressed with McMillan. I had to hit Sean up this month. I said, "See, brother."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The way that brother run his routes, man, he get in
Hmm.
and out of cut. See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Don't give up on XL, bro.
No.
I think
No.
XL got some. But I
Hmm.
see this coaching staff. I
Hmm.
know how the NFL works. I'm seeing Coker, and I'm saying you can keep Coker for cheaper in the long run.
Hmm.
Coker is a number two,
Yeah.
but he is a steady number two.
Hmm.
Excel is one of those swing big, miss big, or swing big home run guys.
Yeah.
You just got to stick with him and
Sure.
find out what he's comfortable doing.
Hmm.
And I don't feel like they ever put this guy in a position to succeed, man. Don't try to make him what you want him to be. Use him for his
To
strength. What you think
strengths.
about Excel, bro?
To his strengths, bro. And I'm a big fan of his because I got some people that's from his area, man. He's
Mm-hmm.
got a very unique story, bro. I mean, his both of his parents were gone before he even
That's
finished
right.
high
Yeah, that's
school.
right. Yeah.
So knowing that he, was able to still go on through the South Carolina, man, and do his thing and now get to the league, I'm rooting for him more
Me
than
too.
anyone. And I wanna see him be successful. I just think I don't want to turn this to the situation because I know they're two different players, but that's how I see Kyle Pitts in Atlanta right now.
Oh, yeah, man.
I be looking like, bro, he was supposed to be the tight end that was supposed to change
Football.
everything for the
Right.
whole league, and they drafted him so high. But I'm looking at him through several seasons with not only his head coach and Arthur Smith at the time, but also when Raheem was an interim, and now looking at him now, and it's just like, bro, what year are we in now for him? When is
Kyle
it going
Pitts is a
to?
mental midget.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel some of that from XL? Do you feel like the brother is too involved with other stuff and it's affecting him? Keep it real with me. What's going on with him, bro? Before we
Yeah,
get off.
bro. Cause low key, we was talking about this last offseason, how I wanted him to get all the shine, bro, because I feel like his
Yeah,
personality, his character, he was pretty much the mascot of the Carolina Panthers. And we
yeah.
didn't see him do all that. But now that he's done it, it's more so of a spotlight on him. And if certain passes are dropped, certain fans are getting frustrated and talk about last
I
season.
see it.
And then the situation last night, I'm looking like, okay, he may have been frustrated, but bro, it's the first preseason game. Like, how locked in are you? Because I do want you to be a dog, but I don't want nobody to be able to sway you off your game like that.
It
Because
seemed like he heard them whispers
yeah,
about McMillan. It
yeah,
seemed like Steve said last night, bro. Steve Smith
mhm,
said Xavier really wants to make an imprint
sure,
because you can tell when a coaching staff believes in you. And I'm
hmm,
just watching. For those that don't know, I used to be a defensive back coach for 3 years at Dallas County High School in Plantersville, Alabama. Kimai Harrell, Brandon Jones, a lot of guys that went to Auburn University, Alabama. I coached some guys. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when the coaching staff believe in you, Sean.
yeah, yeah.
And you just next week, look at the routes they got him running.
Hmm. Oh
Look
no,
at the
no.
routes.
So I'll be in Houston next week,
Okay.
as a matter of fact. So I'm
Okay.
going to the game.
Okay.
I
Yes,
need to
sir.
be right there, front row and
Yeah,
center, and
yeah.
see what's going on.
It's just something ain't right, man. So I
Yeah.
can't put my finger on it, but I will say to what Unoriginal was saying and to what you're hinting at.
Hmm.
When he was in that Glorilla video, I said, "Oh, brother."
It's a lot going on, bro.
I heard my wife and her sister. They were
Hmm.
talking about seeing him on TikTok and how the sisters on TikTok. I said, brother, brother, you know what I'm saying, brother,
Yeah.
you getting in dangerous territory. And then
Hmm.
last night after the game, I saw those people around him, women around him, and they brought a horse for him. I'm like, oh, brother, bro,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can do that, but you got to do something in the league first. You got to
Absolutely.
make your bones in this league. Once you make your
Mhm.
bones in this league, that's endorsements. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
For
But
sure.
right now, I
Hmm.
don't think he's established himself enough
Yeah.
to,
Yeah,
to
you gotta cook, bro. Once again, like I say, because I'm an NFL historian. Sometimes I just be going through certain narratives, and I felt that way low key about Vince Young way back when. Yes, they're not the same position, but
facts,
bro,
facts.
after that rookie deal like that he had with the Titans, he was pretty much out of the league after that. He had like what, maybe one stint in what was it, Philadelphia, being a
Yeah, it was
backup.
weird as hell. Yep.
Weird, and he was done. And this is a
But they
guy that
said
I
Vince
thought.
Young used to be hitting the gambling tables like Hyman Rothstein,
Bro,
bro.
I'm talking about wilding out, and I thought he
Yeah,
was gonna change everything too. The way that he was able to take down Southern Cal and Pete Carroll and crush their dynasty, bro. He was the one. You know what I'm saying? So
those are
I
the
just
facts.
I just I want the best for him, bro. I want him to get more focused. I don't want people to throw him off his game.
Me
And
either.
and
Yeah.
I need him to understand that T Mac, bro, is his brother, and they can cook together. Him, Jalen, and T Mac, bro, they can be a trio that can cook in the league. Man, you know what? Make it a what's four, bro? Was it is it quartet? I don't know. But Jimmy Horn, throw him in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Because
yeah.
Adam
Perfect slot.
Thielen is on his way, you know
Yeah,
what
he
I'm
the
saying,
perfect
out.
slot when Adam goes. Adam
Exactly,
in that
bro.
slot this year gonna be crazy though.
Right.
He about to be working y'all over, dog. But I
Mm-hmm.
know you got stuff to do, Sean. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And the people got to get ready to watch Travis Hunter.
Travis
I
Hunter.
appreciate you taking your time out, brother. Upcoming videos we got coming. Micah Parsons tomorrow. At some point tomorrow, we'll have that out. Sean absolutely cooked on original. Uh, he want to talk about his boy Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna let the brother do that on here. We got a lot of good content. I got a Jalen Hurts video coming this week because I think Jalen, as crazy as it sounds, I think Jalen's in trouble.
Mm.
We'll talk about it next week, though. Make
Okay.
sure y'all go and support my brother. What's your Twitter account for everybody to follow you or where you want them to
It
go
is
follow you?
at a king of oneself, and it's got underscores in between everything. But if you pretty much search me or search you, bro, you'll find me somewhere.
All right, man. And originally, we looking forward to that Lamar Jackson content, brother, because it's time for Lamar to get over that hump, bro. It's time for him to get over that
Absolutely.
hump. I think he got a good chance this year. So look out for that video from Sean tomorrow, Michael Parsons, Lamar Jackson this week, and Jalen Hurts. Thank y'all for everything, man. Welcome to the NFL Litcast.